Everybody, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing amazing. I just got to go into my Facebook to unlock this because I don't know why it keeps showing all of my lives when I get started as blocked. I just need to change the privacy, and there we go. It's done. Outstanding. Hey, everybody, it's Sean Murphy. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope your October is wrapping up to be just absolutely brilliant. I wanted to tell you a little bit about Kyle Wilson. We just got done with our mastermind, and I it was 2 days in for this October session. It was Friday and Saturday, and I got to tell you the notes I took from the people who spoke there. One of the gentlemen who spoke there was this gentleman, Tom Burns, Dr. Tom Burns. And he's got this book out, and I would ask you to go to, he's got some amazing gifts that he's going to give you. If you go to Amazon and get this book, it's a great book about real estate. But it's about that mindset, right? That mindset right there, who has no freedom. They don't have any freedom. They may have all of the houses and different things anyway. So what he does here is he teaches you how to get rich. He teaches you some of the fundamentals of building a successful real estate business. So here's some of the titles of the chapter. Oh, by the way, if you've ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, see who wrote the forward to this? How does this guy get Robert Kiyosaki to write the forward? You got to read the book. You got to read the preface. You got to read Robert Kiyosaki's preface, right? Why him and Tom are such good friends. So here's the chapters. Why do you want to be rich? Find your why, your inner wealth, your outer wealth. Our doctor's rich. Here's chapter 4. Develop a rich mindset. Get a rich education. Chapter 6. Know the rules of the game. You should buy it just for chapter 6. Chapter 7. Understanding money, inflation, and hard assets. Get in the game. How to make money work. Cash flow is king. The magic of leverage. Protect your stuff. Keep more of your money. Fundamentals and guidelines. Choose your vehicle. Great book. I would encourage you. Dr. Tom Burns. And if you send me a message with the screenshot, send me an email to support@SeanGMurphy.com. Send it there, and I'll make sure it gets forwarded to Tom so that you can get the gifts that he has to offer. But back to Kyle. Listen, and down below, you're going to see down here on the screen, Kyle Wilson's web address. Please get on his email list. Go get his 52 lessons from Jim Rohn and Darren Hardy and Ron White, and Bob Proctor and Les Brown, and all of these people. I wanted to just read you a couple of the notes that I've had, a couple of the notes that I got from this weekend. Hey, everybody, good to have you here. One of the things that Tom Burns said, dealing with rejection, he's a big hunter. He does a lot of things. He travels the world doing some variety of just amazing tours. But one of the things he says is, somebody asked him when we had a little Q&A with him, he said, how do you deal with that frustration of people around you? Or how do you deal with rejection? How do you deal with people saying no? He goes, well, he says, they're either going to be good friends, and if they're not good friends, they can't eat you. It's not the best. You're either going to be good friends with them, and if they're not good friends, they can't eat you. That's funny. How about this? The wrong people don't last. How many of us feel that right now? How many of us, we know that, but we forget that. But how many of us right now, the wrong people don't last? Redefine your definition of failure. Right? A lot of us say, oh, I'm such a failure. You're not really a failure. What's your definition of failure? Maybe you need to redefine that. We had Mitzi Perdue. Mitzi Perdue. If you recognize the last name Perdue, yep, it's that Perdue. This is who Kyle has showing up in his mastermind. Oh, by the way, on November 7th, Mitzi's going to be on my morning show. And she's going to be talking about some of her experiences. Now, her father was co-founder of Sheraton Hotel. And her husband, her late husband, Frank Perdue, was the Perdue chicken magnate, right? that billion-dollar empire. She's just this amazing soul. But she showed up and she was so excited, so excited. Then we had Keith Elias. Holy mackerel! Now I don't know if you know the NFL. Keith kind of played in the NFL for a while. Then he had an injury that kind of took him out. But boy, I'm telling you, he had some conversations with us that just absolutely, where's Keith's notes? There it is. 90% of the NFL leave the profession not by their own decision. See, I wrote that down and I thought, oh my gosh, that's kind of like the profession I'm in, network marketing. 90% non-success rate. Some people stay in it because of the nutritionals and stuff, but most people leave not by their own decision. The reason that they leave not by their own decision is because they didn't make a decision to get started. They didn't make a decision on the inside to make some of the changes they needed to make in their mental psyche, in their conversations. They got talked out of their own success. It's hard starting a business. We've all used that phrase NFL, right? We're part of the NFL club, no friends left. Well, in the NFL, Keith said, not for long. That's a tough business, the NFL. Talked about culture. Culture builds success. It trumps results. Culture trumps results. Authentic culture, right? Like Bill Belichick. Accountable culture, like Sean McAvey and of the Rams and some different things. Here's a tough one that got us, kind of kicked us all, took the wind out of our sails a little bit. Are you loafing? Are you loafing? Are you loafing with what you're doing right now? What are your standards? What are the standards you hold yourself to in the 5 areas of life? Family, finance, society, your mind, body, and if you're spiritual, 6th area. What are your standards for your success right now? A lot of people have let their standards drop because of COVID. Some people have taken their standards and ramped them up. They realize this is the time to sharpen the saw. This is the time to do more, be more, have more, all by doing less. Life is choices, and choices creates habits. I think probably a guy, Jim Rohn, would have said that, right? The consequences of your action should be the, listen to this one. You may want to write this one down. The consequences of your actions should be the accomplishments of your goal. Wow. Think about that. Let that sink in. Let that stew in a little bit. See, these are the lessons that you get if you go to kylewilson.com and get up and sign up for the 52 lessons from other legends. The consequences of your action should be the accomplishments of your goal. Too many of us sit and wish, sit and wonder. This eliminates the excuse of your background. This eliminates the excuse of where you live, your location. Talent versus mindset versus culture. Culture is always over talent. Then he talked about when you lose the locker room. Right? This is when people walk away from their team. They've lost the locker room when people leave their organization, when groups leave their organization. How many of us have ever watched a field goal kicker walk out onto the field and you're like, he's going to miss it? And sure enough, he does. Right? He missed that field goal long before he left the bench. Same thing happens in our profession. We can lose the locker room. We can show up without that confidence. We can show up without that tenacity, without that tenaciousness. So here's a couple more things, and I'll let you back to your eating. Who's in your huddle? Who's in your huddle? Who's going to make the next call in your huddle? Oh, and I also wanted to let you know, listen, you recognize that name? Mark Victor Hansen? You recognize that name? He's actually going to be on this show November 11th. It's a Tuesday. It's at 2 o'clock. It's a special because Mark's in Phoenix, and I didn't want him getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30 in the morning for my show. So we're doing a 2 p.m. Thursday. If you'd like to reserve a seat, it's going to sell out. And it's free, so I don't know why I say sell out. It's going to fill up. There's only 500 seats available for that. and 100 are already gone, and we're just starting to market it out. So if you want to get a spot, get your spot in there. You're going to want to get on the show early. Just go to SeanInterviewsMark.com, SeanInterviewsMark.com, and or eventswithsean.com. Either one of those will get you a spot there. But make sure you check out Kyle. Make sure you check out Tom Burns' book. Right? If you get that, listen. I'll send you a couple of the programs that I've got. They're probably $100 a piece. I'll send you a couple of the programs that I have some access to those. Why? Because I really like what Tom has done. And then check out Kyle and go to Sean Interviews Mark and get your spot for the conversation with Mark on Tuesday, November 11th. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate y'all. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Oh, wait a minute. There's a couple of comments here. Kevin Kavanagh over in Ireland. Oh, God bless you, lad. Good to see you. Thanks, everybody, for being here. And Karen Miller, thanks for being here. Good to have you. The name of the book is Why Doctors Don't Get Rich by Tim Burns, MD. Why Doctors Don't Get Rich. Good to see you, Kevin. Top of the evening to you, my friend. It's awfully late over in Ireland. Blessings on you. Peace. Love you all, folks. I'll see y'all where? At the next event. Thanks, everybody. Bye for now.